One of the major setbacks the Arewa people are facing is misunderstanding Islam. Islam is being misinterpreted by bad scholars out here, most especially amongst the Hausa community. They misinterpret the gospel to our people. Take, for example, the word jihad. Ask an average northerner what the word jihad means. He'll simply tell you it means to pick up arms and kill non-believers. Because that's what Malam interpreted. But the word jihad has positive forms. If you strive to be better than you are today, it's jihad. If you go out there, become self-sufficient, it's jihad. If you acquire a knowledge that will benefit your community, it's jihad. Sloth is a major sin, but you see full-grown healthy people in the north reluctant to use the opportunities and the gifts God has given them. It's a deadly sin. It's sloth. Western education eradicates that. Why do you think Boko Haram prevailed in the northern part of Nigeria? Boko Haram simply means acquisition of Western knowledge is a taboo. Simply because you acquire Western knowledge, that makes you a kuffar. That's what the Malam interprets. The Malam did not tell them that it is prohibited for you to pick up arms and forcefully coerce another person into accepting the faith. You allow him to accept Islam by his personal conviction and free will. These Malams don't even know that Al-Khawazirmi invented algebra and algorithm we use for our systems, for our phones and computers today. They don't know Ibn Sina's contribution to philosophy and medicine. They don't know Fatima Al-Fihir was the woman that founded the first university ever in the world. They don't know all this. So how do you expect our children to prosper, to make the most out of their life?
Let's call a spade a spade. For Nigeria to move forward, northern Nigeria must choose between Islam and Nigeria. Nothing is going to ever change in Nigeria if northern Nigeria does not change. President come, president go. Nigeria will remain the same forever if northern Nigeria did not change. President Tinubu or any other president in future can only try their best. But until northern Nigeria changes, Nigeria will not change. Northern Nigeria is allergic to change. You give them tax reform bill. No, they don't want it. You propose regional government. They don't want it. You propose state police. They don't want it. What do you want? Nothing. They just want Nigeria to be stagnant. They don't want to move forward. And they don't want other part of Nigeria to move forward. Let's call a spade a spade. For Nigeria to move forward, northern Nigeria must choose between Islam and Nigeria. Yes. For Nigeria to move forward, northern Nigeria must choose where their loyalty lies. Religion and development does not go together. Religion has to do with faith. National development has to do with scientific planning. Check the 10 most religious countries in the world. They are the most underdeveloped countries in the world. If you must develop, you have to keep religion in one corner. Even Saudi Arabia, that is the home, the headquarters of Islam in the world, have to keep their religion in one corner in order to develop their country. Religion and development does not go together. Where does your loyalty lie? Northern Nigeria must make this decision, because there is no way you would be a Nigerian and your loyalty lies with your religion and you expect Nigeria to develop. It is not possible. It does not work that way.
We ex-Muslim, we are the sign of genocide in northern part of Nigeria. Right now that I'm telling you, I have
that mark on your forehead.
This is from my family. My uncle, he's the one who did this for me.
Wow.
They break my leg. Physically. They took me out and throw me out. It's like I'm dead.
Ishara Dole.
That's right. So our people in northern part of Nigeria facing a lot of persecution. I have more than 100 people right now that I'm telling you. They are with me. They are living together with me.
Wow.
They are facing a lot of persecution. They are relative and their family, they pursue them out of their family. They don't have anything. Even where to stay is a problem for them.
I can imagine. And they're looking for them to kill.
Yes. And if they found them anywhere, they will kill them. Right now that I'm telling you, I'm now 17 years without going to my own village. My own village, now 17 years.
On here. And some of us who grew in the north, who have been through, I told my own story of how, they burnt our house, burnt our church, chased after me to kill and all that. I've been through it and I know what it is like to grow up in the north. I know what it is like to be confronted with persecution. I know what it is like for your life to be on the line. So for somebody to say there's no such thing in Nigeria, he must be dreaming.
Yeah. During the time of Prophet Muhammad, Islam, they make 82 war, jihadis, during the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He attended 28 war, which is jihad. But 54 is during his time. But from the beginning of Islam, he used to go attend. But later, he will not longer go in there. Wow. Because he has a lot of followers.
Yes.
So, the beginning of Islam is war. This is the reason Islam must be continued doing the jihadis and raising different groups of jihadis.
Radical
like
groups.
Boko Haram, ISIS, ISWAP, Ansaruddin, Houthi, Hamas, different. More than 300 groups of jihadis. Right now that I'm telling you.
In Islam.
More than 300 groups of jihadis in the world. The whole over 7 continents of the world. Even in Nigeria, the time that Osman bin Fodio came to Nigeria, he started jihad. 1804 to 1808. 4 years. Good 4 years.
Yep.
Taking people, different places in northern part of Nigeria.
True.
They took the power from our local Hausa people.
True.
To Fulani people.
True.
To change our identity, our leader, Hausa, now they're Fulani. Fulani, they are the one who rule this country. Even the governors, all the emirates in northern Nigeria, even the leader of Islam, which is the Caliphate of Sokoto, was Fulani. You can never ever see in Hausa a king. Single one in northern part of Nigeria.
Wow.
They are the one who did anything. Even when you go to the chamber, National Assembly, you can see them. All of them are Fulani.
You see, what Nigeria is facing today is not just banditry. It is a calculated extremist ideology. And soon, they turn our schools, our markets, and our roadside into a battlefield. They have changed their names. They have changed uniform. They now call themselves bandits. But make no mistake about it. It is the same spirit of jihadist extremists trying to rise again. But instead of the government to crush them, the government decides to negotiate with them. When you pay killers, instead of defending the citizens, you reward violence and punish peace. Nigeria, you must not allow history to repeat itself. Hence, one day you will all wake up to find out that your entire region has been ruled by fear. You must stop them. Hence, what starts as banditry will end up as religious war. And when it does, no tribe or faith can stop it when it spreads like a wildfire. We must not allow extremists to turn our silence into a weapon. When you see something, you say something. Speak the truth. Expose this deceit and defend your nation. But if the government decide to sing with them, things fall apart and the center cannot hold, then we will join them to sing, "There was a country." Because we can no longer fold our arms and akimbo. Nigerian government, you cannot keep negotiating with those who see your freedom as a sin and your life as worthless. Defend yourselves. Defend yourselves. Because I have seen this before.
I saw somebody say that Sharia law is the reason that Boko Haram or something like Boko Haram could come into play. That, you establish Sharia law in northern Nigeria and then Boko Haram, that radicalizes people and it makes them say, hey, I want to spread this throughout the whole of the country. But I don't know that it's as simple as this. Part of what frustrates me about the conversation around northern Nigeria is that I think a lot of people do not look at these people as people. right? Subject to the same influences and susceptibilities as a lot of other people. So let's get into it. One common misconception that I see about the North is that they're just these illiterate people who can't read, write, they just beg all day, all of this stuff, right? And the fact of the matter is that a lot of these people actually can read or write. They just can't read or write in English. A lot of these kids in the North can read and write in Arabic and probably even speak Arabic and understand Arabic, some of them, right? So now, when you have spillover from a colonial system that says that English is the only way you can get an education, English is the only thing of value, what do you think happens to those people? They fall through the cracks. When historically the scholars in your religion have been able to get education in depth, this has been looked at as something prestigious. Now that value suddenly goes to zero, and it was done by colonial powers in parts. And your fellow Nigerians look at you as, look at those illiterates, look at those people who are just terrorists. I'm nothing like these people. What is that likely to, things start to fester, right? Foreigners have the audacity to come to your population, test experimental vaccines on you without telling you that these are experimental vaccines, resulting in kids from your population dying. Why would this lead to trust in something like colonial systems or foreign things that are perceived as foreign? Why would people be trustful of this? When you know how to say the word for a tree that's specific to oak tree or something in your own language, and that suddenly has no value because you can't get an education in the language that you actually speak and have been raised speaking. Do you see how this creates the conditions for people who may be disgruntled with the system? And when you have people who see that there are vulnerable populations, right? A lot of these are kids who may not have proper guidance in life, and they target them and they say, okay, come to me. Look at those people who are demonizing you. Look at those people who say that you're nothing more than an illiterate, you're nothing more than a radical. Come to me and I will show you the way. Do we not see the conditions? These are people. This is how people work. So when you as a Nigerian, all you have to contribute is anti-Northerner rhetoric, Islamophobia, or some people will even say, don't tell me there's anything like Islamophobia in Nigeria. Do we not see the conditions? Do we not see how that doesn't necessarily help the situation? We have to look at these people as people.
Hi, welcome back. You see the Arewas. I mean those Arewa, not every northerner really talk, because if we see northerner or we have generalized the matters on them as a whole, we cannot see them all, because people that are doing this are few among them. Even as we saying that it's them all, those ones that are doing it are those Arewas among them. It's not all northerner that are Arewa. So let me just make it clear to most of you. So I am begging on behalf of Nigerians and on behalf of Nigeria, I am begging the Arewas who normally use this mentality and many other things for their head to draw this nation back, to stop abeg. It is now time for us to beg you, because in every angle now, you guys can see what everyone are not saying about you. You can just sit down and think for once. Just sit down and think for once. Although, let me give you some little space for you to hear what the verse have to say concerning them again. Maybe when they finish, or when this next person that is going to talk finish, we'll be back soon. Thank you.
One of the very influential Northern cleric is coming out to speak out and condemn the nonsense that is going on, But what they should do more, according to this lady on Arise TV, is that they should condemn those nonsense acts, those barbaric acts of stoning people to death, those people burning people to death for speaking up against Muhammad. But this is commendable. Let us listen.
Dr. Ahmed Al-Taib has vehemently condemned the kidnapping of students, teachers, and staff from St. Mary's Catholic School in northwestern Nigeria. In a statement issued from Abu Dhabi over the weekend, the council affirmed that targeting children and educational institutions is a heinous crime that contradicts the teachings of Islam and all divine religions, violating the most basic ethical and human values, as well as international laws guaranteeing children's right to education and a safe life. The council expressed solidarity with the families of the abducted victims and called for urgent international action for the immediate release of all hostages and enhanced protection of educational institutions. Well, this is significant. One of Islam's most respected institutions is publicly denouncing these kidnappings as anti-Islamic.
They need to speak out more. The same thing we talk about for pastors themselves. Those pastors, those big pastors that are quiet, and are not talking about this, on a lifing of Christians and even Muslims, even if they are afraid to talk about Christian genocide. Let them say, yes, it is not good for Christians and Muslims to be killed. At least let them talk. But guess what? Many of the big pastors are not talking. They're just praying and praying and praying. Say prayer, if Nigeria was a religious country, like that, Nigeria would have been doing well without the many prayer. Like many of all these NSPD people that are coming out to defend their Oga that have the biggest YouTube. Imagine if this guy is preaching on this platform, he just throws some jabs at Nigerian government. So to drag the Nigerian politicians the way they used to call those bandits that release is it the Kebbi, be the Kwara people? Let the Nigerian government call those people. Now look at that African priest that have died now. Do you think the guy did not pray enough? Nigerian government is not doing their work, and people are not calling them out. The big people, early to pastors, are not calling them out.
Are you welcome? So, to this man wey be say na dey see for here, na only he own part of this story be wetin dey touch me for here now as I'm talking, because I feel for him now. I feel for him because he says that he cannot stay anywhere anymore. I mean, the man that was explaining something to Damina, he was seeing a lot of sin that he cannot go back to his village just because he has chosen not to follow their jihadist stuff, according to him. Because you hearing me, you have heard what he has said, and you heard what he has said. So it is only his own that is touching me now as I'm talking to you, because they are really facing a lot there. Them they face waiting no good. According to himself, he talk and say for over 17 years that he has left North, he has not gone back there just because he knew that the day that he will go back, they might buy him, they might unalive him. That is why he decided to stay in another man's place than for him to go back to his own place. You see what we are just telling the Arewa's Muslim every day and night, that most of them are not giving us any sign or any signal that they want to change. You see that thing, their own person is just here, is the person that bring all this thing up again, because he sees that it's not the houses that are there that are the real problem, according to what he's seeing. And he explained all such of thing that even you hearing this could get some topic out of or to learn out of. So if you know wetin good for you, I mean this man, if you really know wetin he want for himself, make him no go back, because if he go back where them do anything where them like, that the same them wey be say okay them be the leaders or them be the big clerics for them, na the same them na them go the clamp for those people wey be say them go do am or they go harm am. So I will advise him to stay anywhere he is now, because I know with what that man is saying, I know he's facing a lot of things. That is why you see that he just run comot from inside North, come go one place dey stay. He don comot for over 17 years. Do you think that 70 years na beans? No be beans. So make person comot for him own place just because say he convert to one religion over other. Although e no dey make sense. This nation wey be say we dey, e get many things wey be say e don make us divide. Religion is part of the thing that have divided us as a nation, because if this also person now convert from your own to my own, this one will feel like this and that. Especially na northern Arewa, na them e dey their head, na them dey do am. So make them dey calm down, make this nation better for everybody. That is what every one of us is praying for. Nobody is praying for the downfall of this country. Now so you just be for here for now, and you hearing this, I know you don't hear from different people mouth here, and we know say he get who you feel correct or support or commend in what they have said. If you get anything like that, you feel drop them below, make sure other learn from you. And also, if today is the first time you are coming here, please make a like, share, subscribe. Thank you.